Nau mai e nā hoa e hora nei, hara mai nā e koe, te whakatipu ānuku, te whakatipu ārangi, tāwhia ki a rehua, ki a tamanui, ki te ao mārama e rongo. Whakairia ki runga ki a tīna, haumi e hui e, tā ki. Ko nongo taha te maunga, ko te utihina te aua, ko Rotorua nui a kaumata momo e te moana, ko tono hopu te toku tupuna, ko Potaua Biasiny-Tule ahau. My name is Potaua Biasiny-Tule, and I'm a Te Tatau or Te Arawa member, and I'd like to me to Te Mauri Kingi for being here today. There's a group of 14 of us, and Auntie Mala as well, Auntie Mala Grant. Lots of, actually I got a list. It's like, I'd like to thank the Academy for, no, I'll just get on with it. For me, poverty, this quote got me last year, I think it was last year, when Professor Manuka Henare said, here in Aotearoa, if you are born into poverty and raised in poverty, then you will more than likely die in poverty. And I was allowed to have one slide, but I broke it in two, and the next one really is why I wanted to speak. These are our tamariki. So just introduce myself. My mama is Karen Tule. She's a raku from Waimana. And her story, I've loved what I've heard this morning, but I think there's a layer missing. The layer for us is the colonization layer. You know, there's that deep, traumatic, psychological imprint of what happened to our old people. And I heard talk of going back a generation and a half, 2 generations. Try 10, buddy. Try 20, try 30. Because what happened there really impacts on what's happening today. My mum is Kāmeta from Rotuiti and also from here in Tunuopu. But Te Arawa have been through some major transformative experiences. And what happened in 1820, when Ngāpuhi came down, still has impacts on us. What happened when Pākehā came, the traders, the missionaries, still have impacts on us. What happened when Mount Tarawera erupted and tourism moved here to Rotorua, changed the way that we all lived together, worked together, played together, died together. And the growth of this beautiful city, it's almost like a tale of two cities. We've had tourism and business, forestry, farming, absolute flourish. But all around, our people have been denied access. So I agree that poverty is about a denial of opportunity and doors of access being shut. Totally understand that, because the rich people get whatever they want. They get to build wherever they want. They get to enjoy all these beautiful tourism spots. And the ones who have lived here for 600 years are just spectators to this growth. So my papa is John Tule from Mauria, and we used to have an idyllic life. You know, I was raised, my first memory was opening my eyes in Ford Block. Little kid, 1979, it's like, yeah, wow, a house. The toilet's right there, not way down the path. So you have to walk down at 4 in the morning and the cow's mooing, you know, no toilet paper in the outhouse. Shucks. But moving into the block was an awesome thing. Poverty for me was fun, because when you don't know, you don't know. You know, when you've got creeks to play in, you've got trees all down the willows, you can have apple trees down at the back of Jason Teremuana's house, got plums down at the willows, you can swim all day, lie on the concrete to get dry, you can eat plums, you can go up by, Pererika Street, by the St. John's and get as many plums as you like, take them home, bottle them up, and have something for winter. Those are all gone. All of those are gone. My childhood memories of poverty are different from my son's today of poverty. Because sometimes I hear poverty's in the past, that's now. Okay, hands up, who is broke? Now hands up who has been broke for a long time. You are in poverty. Stop saying it's out there, you're in poverty. Lion-ass people. But that's us inside our little house. We are in poverty. And it's a material poverty, but it's also a cultural poverty. Many of us have broken wairua. You know, I think the cultural trauma imprints on us today, and then now we've got these, our spirit is so broken that we're We're poor on love. We don't have aroha. And when my koro used to say, the one thing your generation misses out on, it's not the experiences of the old people, because we can help you with that. It's that you don't have love for yourself. And because you don't have love for yourself, you actually have no appreciation of who you are. And once you know who you are and where you come from, you can stand anywhere in the world. But because you don't know who you are and where you're from, no matter where you go, you'll always be impoverished in mind. It's like, che, you'll need a rakoro. Get outside and milk those cows. But living in the block taught me that it was all about relationships. My dad went to work at pine milling, and mum just stayed looking after 3 kids. So it was an idyllic lifestyle in the beginning of the 80s. You know, we met the Jollies, the Te Kiris, the Comps, the Irvings, the Jones and the Dillons, whānau, the Hawe, whānau, the Kohetis. We were all really tight because we didn't have a lot. We had to share. If someone had a kai, that's where we're going tonight. If someone was at mahi, we were all going to another person's place to watch TV. But what changed for me, what made me realise that poverty is instant, is when the government, when Labour decided to sell the forests. And then one day, all our dads used to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, have a wash, jump on the truck, go to the bush. One day all the dads came home at 1 o'clock. What's up? They'd all been laid off. It wasn't just one, it was everyone. The whole neighbourhood, the whole town, the whole country was made unemployed just like that. And so our idyllic poor neighbourhood became hell. And that once we're warriors thing, everyone says, oh, it's traumatic, it's an hour and a half of trauma. That was a decade for us. That was a decade of hidings, of abuse. So all of our, it's fun to be poor, became, I want to escape whatever it is, I'm going to get out of this. Gangs, I'm coming to you. Yo, no, you're not. Yo, you're sick. Whatever it is, just get me the hell out of here. And every step we thought out was actually a step down. So every time we tried to get out, we were actually digging ourselves deeper and deeper into poverty, deeper and deeper into debt. Poverty also affected our confidence. You know, even today, most of us that come through that, we're all a little bit messed up because we still haven't adjusted to a new generation where we want to solve these problems. I feel like I'm a walking ball of poverty problems. And then when I meet the cousins, I'm not the only one. There's so many of us who have this deep psychological problem at the back of our mind that we feel like our roots are so infected that the problem is that our branches and our future leaves might also be infected. So there's me, my 4 brothers, 3 sisters, and our 26 tamariki. So when we talk about nuclear families, that's not my reality. Hell no. If I get $1, it's going 8 ways and then 26 ways. You know, we talk about economic development on a real micro level. But for me, my father is also Niuean, so whakalofa atu. They've always lived tight, they always lived together. And it's not just one person, it's hundreds. And so if there's $1 in, that has to spread over 100 people. But if there's no dollars there, then the people really have to make their own solutions. I'm here today just to have an open mind. I can only give 1,001 poverty problem. I've been looking for solutions. I'm on council, and sometimes council perpetuates the problem because processes disengage people, and you have to have a certain level of expertise and connectivity to have any influence inside government, inside local council, or inside Wellington politics. We don't have those say. We don't have our champions. I'm yet to see someone from Ford Block get on council. Yeah, and then they say, yeah, on behalf of Bellingham Crescent, we want them. I know they're there, I know they're coming, but we need to be more proactive with developing leadership. But I love watching leaders stand up, and despite all of the issues and all the problems, say it. Just let's be real. We're not here just to have a good day off and have 5 o'clock pop of wine and done. Woo, that was hard. Because some of us are going home to our broke homes and to our poverty problems and to all of those issues that have been identified. I'd really like to mihi to Dame Diane and to Dr. Gero. Kia ora, kia ora. I agree that history and culture and being local is important. I love seeing that Treasury has finally moved to understand our connection with the environment, because often we blame the tree, we blame the root, the young shrub, and not the forest. Because we're all a forest. In this global village, we're a forest. And too often we're like, that tree, cut it down, that little tree, stomp it out. But the forest has to take more responsibility for how each young tree is nurtured and supported. And I also want to say that poverty eradication is essential, but that big concept I can't quite get my head around. I spoke to Corey from the mission last year, from LifeWise. He wanted to kill homelessness. And I'd never heard someone say so boldly, homelessness is an issue, it's man-made, let's kill it. Like, wow, let's, but how? And we've had 3 forums here at the council to try and get people to talk about these things. But every time it was the ego. It was my organisation does this, we can't help that organisation. Or mine has the resource, but I can't allocate it to this common good. Meanwhile, I see the brother Billy Rotherham with the Koha shed, got all of this good stuff that he's trying to give out to people. He gets moved from house to house because the landlord doesn't like the fact that he's opened up his home to give out free stuff, free furniture, free clothes. So he's moved and moved and moved. I was hoping the council had a place. They don't. I was hoping the tribe had a place. They won't. So sometimes I believe that we're our own worst problem. We're our own worst enemy. We'll come in one session and say, let's help ourselves, and then we'll go back to our silo and say, can't do it. Tomorrow, someone else's problem. Swipe, delete. So I'm really concerned that places like Love Soup can't even get funding, can't get the support they've actually asked for. They get bits here and there, but the amount of work they do for our communities is immeasurable. So I think, partly I wanted to just talk about how, for me, poverty was fun, because it was idyllic, but then it twisted, and all of that fun stuff disappeared, and poverty became pain. And lots of tears have been cried because we've got no jobs, because we've almost got no hope, because our leaders are so detached, they can't even see our personal lives. So it's interesting, we talk about poverty, but we never talk to poor families. I mean, get out of here. We're going to talk about women's issues, but please, woman, shh. But as a Māori and as a Pacific Islander, New Zealand does it to us all the time. Here's a Māori problem, here's a bureaucratic solution, and here's a Pākehā woman to talk about it. Like, wow. And we feel like we're at least included. At least someone is talking. But at some stage, we have to talk to our stories, and we have to change our lives. Because waiting for someone else is not independence. That's not tino rangatiratanga. But please don't insult my intelligence by not giving me the answers. I'm here to get some answers. Because on a piece of paper, when I go and cook, there's instructions. And it's up to me to figure, okay, cool, egg, mix, pull, bake. Didn't come out that well, but I'll try again. If I've got the instructions like a good recipe, I'll try again, and I'll try again. And if at one stage we're all going to have a big bake sale of solutions, and we'll bring everything we can to the table and hopefully feed our community. So thank you for this opportunity. Just like to mihi again to us all. Open minds, I think. My number 3, poverty is pain. No, poverty was fun. Poverty is pain. But let's get some solutions happening today and put a timeline to it. And if this is a road tour, let's make this solution viral to the country. Because I think Rotorua it's a crossroads of needs, but it's also a crossroads of leadership and solutions. So I'd like to mihi to everyone today, and thank you.